41 million out west bracing for potentially catastrophic rains and life-threatening flooding. Evacuation orders already in effect in some areas tonight.
I'm Melissa Don in Los Angeles, and we are tracking the dangerous flooding across L.A. This as the L.A. River is roaring.
Meanwhile, a winter storm on track to bring snow and icy conditions to the northeast. Tonight, that powerful and deadly explosion tears through a nursing home in Pennsylvania. The details emerging about the blast as crews sift through the wreckage, searching for answers tonight. The Department of Justice today saying it will be a few more weeks to release all the Epstein files, as today officials said they have recently received 1 million new files.
I'm Selena Wang in Florida with President Trump. I'll have much more on what the Justice Department is saying about the times that President Trump was named in the files.
A hefty fortune for the holidays, the $1.7 billion Powerball prize. The historic jumbo jackpot on the line tonight. A message of hope and unity. Pope Leo celebrates his first Christmas season as pontiff. His words of peace for Christian faithful across the world. A grassroots gospel group is sparking joy and giving people community this holiday season. Our Pierre Thomas takes us to the choir room.
It's almost like I stumbled over a gold mine. I didn't know how many people actually missed choir. And once I realized that that was going on, I think that's when we started to wake up to what was happening.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is Prime with Lindsay Davis.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew Dimbert in for Lindsay Davis. Thanks so much for streaming with us. We begin with the major storm hitting California, all while the east braces for a major storm that could dump a significant amount of snow up and down the east coast. The state of California is under a state of emergency tonight, with nearly the entire state facing severe weather. Millions of people are on alert for floods and mudslides. There was even a tornado warning for much of the day. As we come on the air, the stunning images of heavy flooding, murky water and debris rushing through a highway in San Bernardino. Police urging people to be cautious on the roads if they must travel this Christmas Eve. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, an icy and potentially treacherous storm is forming. Those conditions looming right after Christmas, up to 8 inches of snow in New York. We have meteorologist Lee Goldberg tracking it all, but first, here's our Melissa Adon in Malibu.
Tonight, a state of emergency on Christmas Eve, with authorities warning everyone to stay off the roads and remain vigilant as an atmospheric river swamps Southern California.
The rain in Los Angeles is relentless. Neighbors tell me it's been a long time since they've seen the LA River roaring like this.
More than a foot of rain possible in some areas. North of Los Angeles, mandatory evacuations issued in Wrightwood. Rain falling up to an inch an hour, liquefying hillsides, mud streaming across roads. This is what it looked like on Highway 2. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department posting these videos showing the conditions around homes in Wrightwood from the ground and the air, warning residents that didn't evacuate to shelter in place. West of Wrightwood, the I-5 freeway in Sun Valley completely inundated on the northbound side. Crews working to clear storm drains, but the damage was done. Not far from there, this FedEx 18-wheeler split wide open and smashed, exposing the cargo. It's unclear if anyone was hurt. This tractor trailer jackknifing and slamming a car into a retaining wall on Highway 60 in Riverside County. Winds whipping at our location as we reported on the storms for Good Morning America. In San Diego, a man was killed when a huge branch fell on him. Crews managed to free him, but he did not survive. Near Sacramento, California Highway Patrol reporting a deadly accident near Elk Grove, California, after a car hit a telephone pole. Up in the higher elevations, 4 to 8 feet of snow possible in the Sierras. Treacherous travel as we head into Christmas.
Melissa Adon joins us now. And Melissa, what are officials there telling you about how much longer the dangerous weather conditions are expected to last?
Andrew, we're expecting these conditions to last through Friday, with flood threats into tonight and up to 6 more inches of rain expected throughout Christmas. Andrew?
A wet Christmas on the West Coast. Melissa Adon, thank you. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg from our New York station WABC. Lee, from west to east, there sure is a lot to cover tonight.
There's a lot on our weather plate, Andrew. We'll talk about a winter storm in the Northeast coming in on Friday and Friday night in just a moment. But first, we're still dealing with very heavy rain and the flooding situation across Southern California. Still significant flash flood risk and that rare high risk going on the north side of L.A., Santa Barbara to San Bernardino, with a greater risk for flooded roads and still mudslides close to these burn scars. We have flash flood warnings. They're in effect. And I think the steadiest rain will actually move out during the night tonight. We're still getting heavy downpours east of L.A. down to San Diego. Then there'll be more intermittent downpours, but it doesn't end for the next couple of days. There are still rounds of showers that can get heavy at times. For instance, look at that pocket around midday on Christmas Day, and then a couple more rounds into Friday. So any additional rainfall is going to aggravate the flooding situation, and we will stack up additional totals. In fact, somewhere in the order of about 2 to 4 inches of rain widespread from San Jose into San Diego. But you see, in the higher elevations north of L.A., 4 to 6 inches or more, could be a couple more inches in L.A. as well. And in the Sierra, 4 to 8 feet of additional snowfall. Just incredible. Now, away from the west, I mean, starting in the front range of the Rockies, it's like summer here with record highs. 69 Denver, 77 in Little Rock, and beautiful in the southeast. You have seasonable weather for now in the Great Lakes in the northeast, but Arctic air is pouring into the northeast Christmas night into Friday, and that's out ahead of this next storm. It's actually a piece of energy from the Pacific system, and that means big problems in terms of icing and snow. So, for instance, midday Friday, icing from Detroit into Cleveland, into Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, down into D.C. Significant icing that can cause some damage, and then a thump of snow from central New York State into the New York metro area. Could be snowing at 1 inch an hour, 4 to 8 inches of snow in New York, a possibility. Look at these snow totals, the heaviest from western New York State into New York City, lighter totals in Boston and Philly, but 4 to 8 inches in New York, some higher totals north and west, and then the dangerous icing. When you see a half-inch of ice north of Detroit, along I-80 in Pennsylvania, into Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, that could mean not only dangerous travel, treacherous travel, but also damages, and power outage potential is high as well. Travel will get better by Saturday afternoon. Andrew?
Lee Goldberg, thank you. Now to the latest on the Jeffrey Epstein files. The Justice Department today said over 1 million more documents possibly related to the case were uncovered. The department said it needs a few more weeks before releasing them, despite already missing last week's deadline to do so, prompting outrage on Capitol Hill. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the latest.
Tonight, a surprise announcement from the Justice Department revealing they've uncovered over 1 million more documents potentially related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The department stating, due to the mass volume of material, this process may take a few more weeks to review and release the files. Sources previously told ABC News the Justice Department has upwards of 1 million documents related to Epstein. So far, more than 100,000 pages have been made public. Democrats claiming the department is violating the law for not releasing all the documents by last week's deadline. And today, outrage growing over this new discovery. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer posting, a Christmas Eve news dump of 1 million more files only proves what we already know. Trump is engaged in a massive cover-up. The Justice Department says they need more time to redact the files to protect victims, but vowing that everything will be released in compliance with the law.
President Trump has certainly said from the beginning that he expects all files that can be released to be released, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The new documents also raising questions about why Epstein wasn't stopped years earlier. This Town of Palm Beach police report shows authorities looked into Epstein's accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell in 2001 for allegedly recruiting college students to answer phones and do office work for Epstein, saying at least 2 girls complained about Epstein touching them inappropriately. And top Democrats on Capitol Hill calling for an investigation into how this 1996 FBI tip was ignored. A child pornography complaint accusing Epstein of stealing photos of 12 and 16-year-old girls, possibly to be sold. Epstein wouldn't face criminal charges for another decade.
Selena Wang joins us now from Palm Beach County, Florida, where President Trump is spending the holidays. Selena, the president's name is mentioned in some of the new files. What is the Justice Department saying about that?
Well, Andrew, the Justice Department is coming to the president's defense, saying that some of the documents contain untrue claims about the president, but they're not specifying which ones they believe are untrue. The president has long denied any wrongdoing. Andrew?
All right, Selena, thank you. Now to the major explosion that killed 2 women at a Pennsylvania nursing home. The explosion caused significant damage to the building just outside of Philadelphia, and tonight mounting questions about the cause. ABC's Mola Langi has the latest.
Tonight, heavy machinery picking through the rubble at this Pennsylvania nursing home as authorities investigate what caused the explosion that leveled part of the facility, killing 2 and hospitalizing 19 others, including one victim officials say was resuscitated by medical personnel.
We need a rapid intervention team for the collapsed area. We have an active fire.
First responders racing to Bristol Health and Rehab Center outside Philadelphia just after 2 p.m. Tuesday. The local utility company saying it was on scene at the time of the blast following reports of a gas odor. Authorities urgently evacuating the facility's 120 residents, saying they found some people trapped in stairways and elevator shafts.
They couldn't walk. They were in wheelchairs. Some people couldn't talk. This could have been a much more serious catastrophe.
One female resident and a female employee killed. Officials initially saying a 3rd person died before later reporting that victim had been resuscitated at a nearby hospital. Late today, the coroner's office identifying that deceased employee as 52-year-old nurse and mother of 3, Maduni Dutu. Her loved ones devastated.
She was a great mother, of course, a great wife. I don't even know what to say.
Andrew, public records show that nursing home was cited for multiple violations related to its facilities during an inspection back in October. The group that owns it saying they have worked to fix prior issues and will continue to do so in the wake of this tragedy, Andrew.
Still so many questions. Mola, thank you. In Delaware, a state trooper who was shot and killed at a Wilmington DMV is being remembered as a hero. Officials say Corporal Matthew Snook pushed another man out of the way during Tuesday's shooting just before he himself was killed. ABC's Faith Abube has the story.
Tonight, a solemn salute to a fallen state trooper who authorities say died a hero during a terrifying shooting inside a packed DMV in Delaware.
After being shot, the trooper pushed a DMV employee out of harm's way, and the suspect shot the trooper again.
According to investigators, Corporal Matthew Snook was working overtime Tuesday afternoon when a 44-year-old approached the reception desk and shot him.
We kept hearing the shots. It was like, I would say like 7 to 8 shots. We all got to the floor.
Police say responding officers shot and killed the suspect, but were unable to save the trooper.
I was terrified. My son heard the trooper that got shot. He heard him groaning and gurgling, so that's how close they were.
The 34-year-old, affectionately called Ty, was a Delaware state trooper for a decade, a husband and a father to a 1-year-old child. His death has shaken fellow troopers and community members, prompting makeshift memorials and tributes around the area.
A hero who saved lives today while sacrificing his own.
Andrew, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer called the shooting an act of pure evil. A second trooper and a woman were treated for non-gunshot related injuries. Andrew.
Faith Abube, thank you. Police say 2 people were shot and injured during an immigration enforcement operation in Glen Burnie, Maryland, near Baltimore. Authorities say agents approached a white van, which then allegedly tried to run them over. The agents fired at the van as it accelerated and crashed into a wooded area. Both driver and passenger were hit by the gunfire, but are expected to make a full recovery. Authorities say both are undocumented migrants. None of the ICE agents were seriously injured. A Baltimore jury has ordered Johnson & Johnson to pay $1.5 billion in damages, saying its talc-based baby powder caused a woman to develop an incurable form of cancer. J&J and its subsidiaries have faced thousands of lawsuits alleging their products contain asbestos, a known cancer-causing agent. J&J stopped selling talc-based baby powder in 2023 and says it plans to appeal the ruling. The company's vice president for litigation saying in a statement that their baby powder does not